Found any people at cars?
Good. Yeah, mate, that's the clock, eh?
Okay.
Hello, we all know about the devastating Canterbury earthquakes and the most recent damage to Seddon, along with the shaking in Wellington. It focused everyone's mind on the safety of buildings. New Zealand already has very high engineering requirements for homes, buildings and infrastructure. Undoubtedly those standards have saved lives. The CTV building in Christchurch provided a graphic and terrible demonstration of why building regulations matter. It was poorly designed, poorly built, and when the February 2011 earthquake struck, it failed catastrophically. 115 of the 185 deaths in that quake came from that building. Most buildings, however, performed well enough for the occupants to get out alive. So there's a balance to be struck in policy around earthquake-prone buildings. On the one hand is public safety, and on the other is the cost of strengthening buildings. We have to bear in mind that we're telling people what they must, by law, do with their own private property. Of course, that property comes in all forms, from multi-storey apartments and office buildings to little-used places like scout halls or farm buildings. And they come everywhere, from regions of low seismic risk to places of much higher risk. Building owners also vary in their ability to cope with big bills. My colleague, Maurice Williamson, the Building and Construction Minister, has announced that this year we'll introduce legislation to amend the Building Act. Once it becomes law, local councils will need to assess all multi-unit, multi-storey buildings for their earthquake risk. From that point, the owners of any building that falls below 34% of the new building standard will have 15 years to get up to that mark or demolish it. If owners get on with the job sooner, well, that's well and good. And there's little room to move, especially for listed historic buildings. The policy doesn't apply to standalone buildings, but we're picking between 15 to 25,000 buildings will be affected. So this is a very significant issue. But so too is public safety, and we believe we've got the balance right.